So, all right, we're recording now. So tonight, pending time, we're going to go over a couple of things. I'm going to start with talking about some of the concerns that some of you have been posting about where you're at compared to other people, getting frustrated with not having any luck so far with even a sale or a coach or anything like that. Then I talked before about challenge groups. I'm going to try and show you. I don't know if I can screen share. Hopefully Laureen could possibly do it. My computer does funky things for some reason when I try to screen share. But show you in the back office where the challenge group guides are and talk a little bit about the challenge groups. And then if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about what you guys had watched earlier this week about becoming Emerald and the benefits of becoming Emerald. So to start, I know several of you have been really concerned because you see some people getting coaches and becoming Emerald, or you see people selling challenge packs. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about my story because I would like to teach you what I've had to learn, which is to be consistent and patient. I signed my first coach back in October, and then immediately signed my spouse and became Emerald right away. The coach that I signed was kind of handed to me, I have to say. They were already working with my upline, and we had mutual friends. We were mutual friends of this person, and I kind of took the person from her, and it was totally kosher. We all discussed it, but it kind of made me Emerald quick. After I became Emerald, I pretty much wasn't really too into business building. I hadn't committed completely, and Beachbody started their Coach Basics online program. I agreed to go into it, to the pilot program, and be in the first training group. And I did exactly what they told me to. It was a 60-day program at that time, and I did every post. I did every piece of homework. I stayed consistent with the 3 vital behaviors. And from there, I went, that was October, and then November and December. And I still was SC0, nothing further than the Emerald, which was great that I had Emerald status, but it really wasn't doing much for me. But I had no sales, no coaches, nothing for those 2 months, but I kept plugging away. And yes, I saw people reaching Emerald. Laureen and I kind of signed on together, and she was flying, and I was just like, holy cow. So luckily I didn't compare myself. I just kept focusing on what I was doing. And seeing my progress. After finishing my 60 days of Coach Basics, I continued on to what we have as Emerald to Diamond group. And at that point in time, midway through, is when I started seeing some results. I started seeing people reach out to me, and people responding to my reaching out to them. I was building a reputation on Facebook, and I had actually already built a little bit of reputation because I had been doing a lot of running that people were following. I was pretty overweight, but I was running and was training for a half marathon, and I knew people were amazed, like, holy cow, she's doing it, I can do it. And so I had already had some background, and I think people just really needed to trust that this Beachbody thing wasn't just a phase I was going through. Since I went into January and I hit Success Club in January, for the next 13 out of 15 months, I hit Success Club every single month of those 13 months. So, story be told is, those of you who are not seeing results, your story is different than other people. Some people sign on as a coach already having 3-4 people that they know are pretty close to wanting to become a coach as well. They know other people who are already signing on, and some other people already have a reputation with the people that they're working with. So it's very important to continue to stay consistent, continue to invite, continue to do personal development, continue to be a product of the product, and show your social media friends and the friends that you see every day or at events that you believe in the products by being a product of the product, and really just, kind of living and breathing Beachbody. So
Karen, I'm just going to jump in
Share
here.
that with you. I know it's really hard when you see other people being successful to be patient and to wait, but trust me, it will turn around if you keep doing what you're doing. And all of you that are on the call have really been following through, and I can see that through not only what you're doing in our group, but I'm watching most of you online because most of you have friended me. So you just keep doing what you're doing and really just be patient.
And another thing, guys, I think we mentioned this last time, or I mentioned it last time. Some of you have been using Shakeology and using the programs for a really long time. Those people are just going to have an easier time initially because people already know that they have a faith in the product. So as Karen said, just make sure you give it time and make sure the worst thing you could do is say, oh, no one's following me, and stop posting, because then people aren't going to believe in you. So give it that time to grow and it will get there.
And then Laureen can tell you sometimes when you start off really strong, you struggle, month to month here and there sometimes. And it's just based off of what's going on and what you're doing and how you're dialing in.
Yep.
Okay. Any questions on that? Just unmute yourself if you have a question before we move forward. Okay.
Hi, I have a question.
Okay.
This is Nicole. How do you go about? I'm still really, I don't know, leery about the Shakeology because I'm getting people saying that it's a protein shake and it costs too much.
Lori,
Did you watch the video the other day that was posted about what is Shakeology?
No, I didn't.
Okay, when you get a chance, go back into the Coach Basics, and there's a whole video posted about what Shakeology is. The first thing to know is that it's not a protein shake, and that's just a huge misbelief. What I tend to tell people is it's not a protein shake. It is a full meal replacement with 40 superfoods from around the world, and that if you were to put together all those ingredients, there's no way you could get it for the price that you're getting. They're put together in their most pure form. They're never heated, so the nutrition is not lost. And there's absolutely no way to replicate the shakes. And they're not a protein shake. And I will tell you, Nicole, I was the one prior to starting Shakeology who said it's a protein shake, and I'm not paying that much for a protein shake. The other thing, too, is that every product, including Shakeology, comes with a money-back guarantee. So if people are really leery, they can literally drink the entire bag and return the empty bag, and the only part of the cost they would still pay for was the shipping. So I often challenge people to try it and see if they feel like it's really just a protein shake.
Okay.
Okay? Does that help?
What about the price? I've done that where it's, it's basically $4 a day, but they still think it's too expensive.
I tend to challenge them as to, well, what else are you eating through the day? Are you stopping for a cup of coffee at all? Or are you grabbing something at the drive-thru? Because people spend $4 on things without, I can tell you, I get a Dunkin' Donuts coffee probably every couple days and $2 for a cup of coffee.
Right.
So I think people, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I think that's an excuse.
Can I say something real quick?
Yep.
It's Diane.
Hi, Diane.
I've actually run into it a couple times, and the thing that's actually been working for me is I tell me basically you can't put a price on your health, and it's actually been working. So that that's the way they got to look at it. You can go and spend $4 on the Big Mac or whatever, or less than that, and have high cholesterol or whatever, or you can put the money out and get the Shakeology and have a lot of benefits from nutrition and other things and the vitamins and
I also use a personal example. So if you don't have quite a strong story yet, pay attention to coaches on the team. I tend to tell people my own husband is very tall, very skinny, but had genetically high cholesterol. And his cholesterol has gone down 58 points since he's been on Shakeology. And exactly what Diane said, to me, the fact that he went from 30 milligrams of Lipitor to 10 milligrams is worth every penny.
I think another tactic you can do too is just talk to them about, all of the things that they spend money on as well, and talk about them. Okay, we'll take the next 4 weeks and instead of buying that or whatever, put that money aside and build up, because there are some people who just don't have it to put out right up front. But if they take away some of those extras and put that aside, they'll be able to make it. Lorraine, you might have
And
to
Nicole?
take over because I don't know if you hear my screaming son in the background.
Oh, that's okay. Nicole, the other thing too is at this point where you are in just getting started, you should have Russ or myself on the line with whoever you're talking to, because one of us might be able to help answer those questions better than you can at that point. And I know I can't remember who it was, but someone today, I posted that in there. Your uplines, I don't know if everyone's aware of this, but the way this business works is we start off, we say we walk with you, then we let you lead, and then we let you go. Your first 5 calls or so, including your coach opportunities, your business calls, your upline should be doing for you. And if they have not reached out to you to do that, you need to reach out to them and say, hey, I have a prospect call, I need help. I literally have my coaches on the line with me. I talk for them, and they just listen. Then they talk, and I listen. And then when we get off the phone, I give them some positive criticism. And then eventually, once they feel comfortable, they clip their wings and go. But the first several calls, you shouldn't necessarily be talking to the people yourself anyway, because you don't know how to answer these questions. So you really should reach out to your upline, or, Nicole, for you, if Russ is not quite comfortable talking about it yet, reach out to me, and I'm more than happy to help you out.
Okay. Because some of it is just general conversation. Like, it wasn't really, I guess, not a specific prospect. But I've heard people, ask me, do I use Shakeology? Yes, but then that's the first thing they come out with, oh, it's so expensive.
And you can even say, well, would you mind if I set up a call with my upline? I'm just getting started in the business, but I would love to have her talk to you about this. And some of them are going to say no, but some of them will say yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm going to attempt to screen share and see what happens. If my computer messes up, then I'll just talk you guys through it. But
Otherwise, I might be able to too, Claire.
okay, so people were talking about challenge groups and concerns about running challenge groups and stuff like that. So what I wanted to do was to show you that in our back office, there's
Yeah, I can do mine if you want me to.
Say that again?
I can definitely do mine. Can you
All
guys
right,
see that?
let me see what happens here. Oh, you got it? Okay.
Can you guys see it?
It looks
you guys see
blank on
mine?
my end. Oh, there it is. Okay.
There?
So in our back office, if you go to your Coach Online office,
You talk, I'll push.
okay, and sign in. So there's training guides that tell you step by step for different programs how to run a challenge group. Now, important while she's letting that load, on Wild Impact's page in our files, there is a list that says 2015 challenge groups, where coaches who are running challenge groups for different programs or multi-programs will put up what their starting date is. And you as Wild Impact coaches have that available to put any potential customer or any customer that you have into one of those groups. Your responsibility is to sign them on, and then you will get put in the group with them. So you went to sales and marketing.
Sorry. I went to sales and marketing. Let me do it again. Sales and marketing, and then Beachbody Challenge.
And then if you look over to the left, you'll see Beachbody
Right
Challenge group guides. So
Do you guys all see that? Thumbs up if everyone sees that. Thumbs up, the universal zoom, yes. Okay. I'm going to click on that. And then literally over here, it has every single product guide. So there's a coach starter guide, there's a participant starter guide, and what you actually want is this daily coaching guide.
you want to
give you an
go down
Go
to
ahead.
the 21-day fix maybe?
Okay, here's the 21-day fix extreme, which just came out. So if you click on the weekly coaching guide and you click as a Word document, I'm going to open up. Takes a second to download. Here it comes. Okay, so if you look, it might, yeah. So it has literally the entire, every single day, every post you could possibly need. And I'm not going to tell you to copy and paste it exactly because you want to personalize it, but it's definitely a good place to start.
It definitely shows you like a guideline of things, and it gives you all kinds of videos and all kinds of different bits and pieces of information, even from the trainer who, like 21 Day Fix, will have stuff specifically from Autumn Calabrese that she will, videos that she's posted or little notes here and there or information about Shakeology that you may not see in other places. So if you open those and go through them, Oh, Lorraine, you got to switch back over to the thing. Okay. They'll show them to you. So while we're still waiting for that, did you go to the weekly coaching guide and open it? Go down to that just
So
so
I
you
had to, I just had to mute, and so I got off of it. Let me open it back up.
Okay,
Sorry.
so then we could show them what it looks like. But while that's, it's down there at the bottom.
I see it.
All right, while she's waiting for that load, what I was saying about Wild Impact. So you can go and sign one of your coaches in there, and then whoever's running it will add you in there so that you can add them. So you can kind of follow along, cheer them on, or you can even help with the running of that. So if you want to take a look at that, that's a good place to start. I always recommend doing a challenge group, especially if you're doing a product one together with other people, just because it just builds the amount of people in the group, so it'll definitely be more active. And it just helps it so it's a little bit easier for you for the running purposes. So if you are going to have somebody in there, just contact whoever's on there and, just offer your assistance, and they can kind of give you an idea of what they're looking for your support in.
So here's an example. This is actually a multi-program one. So day 1, can you guys all see that?
All we see right now still is that's the main screen where it has all the different programs.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What about now?
Yep, there you go.
Okay. So here's the 21-day Fix Extreme. You can see each day of the week. You don't copy this topic. You copy the Facebook. It says copy and paste. And then over here, there's an image. We're going to have to teach them how to do that Hootsuite. But you just download the image and copy the link and post the link. Does everyone here, if not, this is totally something for another week. We can go over this next week. Do you guys know how to use Hootsuite? Thumbs up or thumbs down? I'm guessing most of you probably don't. Good. Anybody else? Hold on, let me jump over. Thumbs up or thumbs down for Hootsuite again? Okay. So next week, Karen, I think that's definitely something we should go over. It's way too much to go over, I think, with all this other stuff.
Right.
Okay, so next week, what we're going to do, Hootsuite, just so you guys are aware what it is. For instance, with this Coach Basics, we add in posts throughout the time, but what you can do is you can go in for an hour and do what's called Hootsuite your posts. So you can schedule it so every single day your posts pop up, so you don't have to worry about doing this each day. So when you're running a group, you can take an hour on a Sunday and schedule your posts for the next 3 weeks. So every day in the morning, say at 6 a.m., your post pops up. I would not recommend doing it for your posts on your business page or your personal page, because Facebook and their Facebook land algorithm does not give nearly as much attention to posts that are Hootsuited. But for running challenge groups or training groups, it's perfect, because you don't have to get up every morning and think, oh, shoot, I need to add something to my challenge group. It pops up for you every morning. The only time I use it on my personal page or my business page is if I'm going on vacation and I want something to still pop up, but I know I'm going to say, like, we went on a cruise last year and I knew I could not possibly be getting to posts. So I Hootsuited them. I figured something was better than nothing. But they're great for challenge groups. So we will go over that with you guys next week, how to do it.
All right. You want to stop screen share?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Did that work?
Yep.
Oh, I learned something new.
So we have a couple of minutes left. So I'm just going to quickly talk about Emerald, because that was the post and some people were asking questions. And then we'll leave the last couple of minutes for any questions that you all still have. So, the information that we gave you about Emerald, the important thing when you are building your business is to start with adding coaches, and adding coaches that can utilize our duplicatable system to become leaders like you. So when you become Emerald, that means that you have a coach on each leg, your right leg and your left leg. And if you're unsure about what I mean by legs, go back into the Coach Training Academy and read the video about that, or reach out to your upline so they can quickly go over that again with you. But when you have a coach under each leg, you become Emerald. And I know people were asking me a little bit, were sending me messages about, once you become Emerald, what are the benefits and exactly what does it mean by leads? So when you have a coach on each leg and you have Emerald status, you get free non-paying leads each month from Beachbody. So when somebody signs on to Beachbody for a free account but does not buy anything, they assign them to coaches randomly, to Emerald coaches randomly. So you will get, I tend to get anywhere from 2 to 4 a month, usually once a week is what it tends to be, especially in the busier months for Beachbody. And
And
what
you know what, Karen? Some of them actually do buy things, but you don't get commission on them, because I definitely have had some of those free leads that are doing a program. I'm not really sure how they decide that, but the most important thing for you to know is that you're not getting commission on that initial purchase.
Okay.
So when you reach out to them, I always ask them, are you currently doing a program? And I have had many that said, oh yeah, I just bought whatever.
Okay.
So at least to make sure you ask them.
Okay, so when you get them, so you don't get commission or volume or anything from them, but they're a free lead. So typically after you get that free lead, within 24 hours, what they're told when they sign up is that they will hear from their coach. So we can post later in Wild Impact Files, there are some mock emails that you would send to them to reach out to them. I tend to send a welcoming thing, you know, tell them my name, tell them that I'm a diamond coach at Beachbody, and just ask them a little bit about their goals, as well as give them my Facebook information and ask them to friend me as well. That tends to work. People tend to want to, you know, check you out first before they respond. And sometimes you won't get any response, so don't get frustrated in that. I've had hundreds of leads and have had, you know, just few responses, but I've also had awesome things happen where a free lead ended up buying, you know, a ton of stuff. I had a free lead all of a sudden, bought a challenge pack and became a coach, and now is a coach under me. You know, that's an extreme, but it is stuff that happens. Now, once you hit Emerald and you hit Success Club 5, in the following month, you will receive free paying leads, which means that they have randomly been assigned to you because they are not connected to a coach. And Beachbody, they, you know, signed up. Usually it's through one of the infomercials or something along those lines onto Team Beachbody, and have been randomly assigned to you as a coach, and you'll get the commission from them. And in any future purchases you will get volume as well, and commission. So those are really awesome. They are money in your back pocket, you know, just by having 2 coaches underneath you and hitting Success Club.
And one thing just to clarify, either type of lead, once they're assigned to you, from that point forward, anything they buy, you get commission on.
Right.
The non-paying leads and the paying leads, once they're in your, you know, your list of customers, they're your customers. And from that point forward, if they buy a challenge pack, you get 2 Success Club points and you get commission. If they buy, you know, anything that happens with them at that point forward, you get commission on. And I can tell you that I get several $100s at this point each month from customers that have accumulated over the last year and a half, that started as leads and now either order every month or HD, or, you know, come back and order things. I have several people on Facebook that I talk to on a regular basis. So it is a huge, huge, huge way to build your business.
Okay. So the next week we're going to expand on this as well, where we're going to talk a little bit more about turning your customers into coaches. So look for next week for how to use Hootsuite and turning customers into coaches. So
can I just jump in with one more thing, Karen?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. One thing I want you guys to think about, and this is just something totally personal, there's no right or wrong answer, but I want you guys to think about what you want your first goal to be. Your first goal should either be to hit Emerald or to get 3 HD customers to get your shakes for free. And depending on which of those is more important to you is going to kind of guide how you initially start out your business. So just think about which of those 2 is more important to you. And again, there's no right or wrong, but when you do decide, either, you know, I'll start a thread in there, and Karen and I can kind of help guide you guys as to how to build your business initially, depending on which of those is more important to you. Ideally, in the first 2 months, you want both of those things to happen, but definitely you need one of those to be your first priority.
Okay. So for the last couple of minutes, any questions? If you want to just pop your mute off and jump in.